Hi there, I'm Marilyn from Almost Urban Vegetables. We have Bruce behind the camera, and today we are unpacking box 4 of your CSA. So we're calling today's box 50 Shades of Green because there are some beautiful greens in this box this week, and we think you'll enjoy them all. In the lime green category, we have our oak leaf lettuce. You guys are familiar with that, and you know what to do with it. I hope you're enjoying your salads. We probably will not have lettuce in the box next week. It's been very hot, which is hard on lettuce, so we anticipate we probably won't be doing lettuce next week, so enjoy these lettuces now. Kale is in your box this week in the dark green category, and the recipe that you'll get today will include kale, so that'll give you some ideas of what to do with this. In your box this week is a new vegetable. This is called Napa cabbage. Some people are familiar with it, some people not so much. It's somewhat of a cross between a cabbage and a head of lettuce. It's very crispy. You can eat it raw, you can eat it cooked. It's very good in stir fries. People make kimchi with it, and you can make a really nice coleslaw. You'll be getting a recipe coming up which includes the Napa cabbage and your kale, and it's a really yummy recipe, so you can give it a try. One thing I want to mention about Napa cabbage is that it can be a little bit hard to grow, and especially in a really dry season like we're seeing today. Sometimes what happens is that the very center core of the Napa cabbage can get some browning in it. So what we recommend you do for this one is slice it lengthwise this way. That way, if there's a little bit of browning in here, you can just pull that out of the center of the cabbage, and you've cleaned it out before you ever start chopping your cabbage up. So we suggest doing that. And then usually what I'll do is I'll slice it again lengthwise this way and then just start chopping it that way. If you're making a coleslaw or a stir fry, that's a really nice way to use it. It's really great to get that little bit of browning out if it's there ahead of time, and that way you're not accidentally chopping that in and finding you've got some browned pieces in your material once you finish chopping it up. Also in your box this week you will find 2 herbs. Dill is in your box this week, and basil. Now, people don't always want to use the herbs right away, and they want to preserve them for later use. Some herbs dry very well and some herbs don't. So for dill is a good one for drying. If you want to dry your herbs and save them for the winter, dill retains its flavor very nicely. You can dry it. You can also chop it up, put it in some water, like mix it, slurry it in some water, put it in ice cube trays, freeze that, and then just put them in a container in your freezer. You can use it whenever you want, and it retains that nice fresh dill flavor. Basil does not dry well. It doesn't retain its flavor as a dried herb. What you want to do with basil is you want to chop it up again, mix it with olive oil, put that into an ice cube tray, freeze those, and then put those into a separate container, and then use those anytime you want. In the winter time, you've got that nice fresh basil flavor that you can use all winter long. It's a great way to preserve basil, and that's the way I would recommend you preserve basil if you don't want to use it right away. Also in your box this week, you'll see green onions happening again. You guys all know what to do with those. Beets for the first time this year, except for the Bring It Ons who got them last year. You know what to do with beets. A reminder that the beet greens are edible, so don't forget to use those up. They're really good. And also in your box this week you have rhubarb. This will be the last week for rhubarb this season. Again, it's been very hot, so that's a little hard on the rhubarb plants, so we'll stop harvesting them now so that we have nice rhubarb for next year. If you're a Bring It On box, you will also get these twirly whirly guys. Again, these are garlic scapes, and we talked about what to do with those last week. Cucumbers are new to the box this week, so you'll be getting a couple of cucumbers in your box. They're really nice ones. They're nice and fresh and crisp, so enjoy those. And this year, before even zucchini, we have peppers, which is extremely unusual. We don't normally see peppers before the zucchini comes in, but this year, things are a little random the way they're growing, and so we're not quite sure what's going to happen. And this year we have peppers ahead of the zucchini. So enjoy your box this week. We hope you enjoy everything. We'd love to hear what you're doing, or if you have a great recipe to share, please send it along to us. We'd love to share your recipes as well. And otherwise, we'll see you next week for box number 5.